If you've arrived here, it's not by chance. God, in His infinite kindness, has prepared this moment for your hands to touch these words. The universe whispered to your guardian angels, "Deliver this message now." Nothing here is a coincidence. There's something that needs to be heard and felt. Take a deep breath. There's a presence accompanying you, even in the silence. Today you will listen to what was never said, but always felt. Before moving on, tell me in the comments, where are you watching from right now? Because maybe, in different places, hearts are feeling the same longing. There are words that were never written, yet they linger in the air like a contained prayer. There are glances that have been lost in time, but remain alive in memory. And there are feelings that don't fade. They merely transform into silence, waiting for the right moment to be heard. This message is about that, about someone who at some point in time wanted to say everything, but courage didn't come. The hands trembled, the voice faltered, the heart hid. So this person wrote a letter, long, intense, true, but never gave it to you. And what is about to be revealed is the echo of that letter, held between the heart and destiny. Imagine an old window. The curtains move with the wind. Inside, the paper rests on a table, next to a pen that no longer writes. Time has passed, but the energy of this letter remains alive. It carries memories, regrets, and a love that silence could never erase. This person thought of you today, not in a random way. It was a sudden thought, almost a memory that burned. Maybe it was a song, maybe an old photo that appeared out of nowhere, or perhaps just the touch of something invisible, a sign. You know when the heart tightens for no clear reason, but the soul seems to call for a name. It was like that. This person misses what you both used to be. The easy laughter, the gaze that said everything without needing words. And even though time has tried to rearrange things, there's something that remains unfinished. Not always is distance the end. Sometimes it's just the interval that the universe creates for two souls to reconnect in a more mature, whole, and true way. There's a restlessness in the air, as if something within this person is seeking your forgiveness, or perhaps just your listening ear, because within each silence, there's a story, and that story needs to be heard. The guardian angels whisper, "Listen with your heart," because what's coming next is what this person wishes you would know. I thought about writing to you so many times, but fear held me back. Fear of seeming weak, fear of reopening wounds, fear of being forgotten. But inside me, there's a part that still talks to you every night. These unspoken words have crossed days and nights. They were kept in dreams cast to the wind, left in the eyes of those who still wait. This person believes that somehow you feel. You feel when they think of you. And you feel it, don't you? That chill in your soul that appears suddenly. The heartbeat that races for no apparent reason. The sensation of being remembered, touched by a distant yet familiar energy. This is the bond. A bond that time cannot erase. A bond that God still keeps alive, even when everything seems undone. The universe has its subtle way of reconnecting what is true. Sometimes it's a song playing at just the right moment. Other times it's a dream where everything feels so real that, upon waking, the heart aches. And there are moments when the memory comes accompanied by a soft peace, as if it were the touch of an angel saying, "You didn't imagine it, it was real." This person silently follows your path. They observe the changes, admire your strength, pray for you on the nights when the world weighs heavy. There are regrets, yes, but above all there is gratitude. Gratitude for having known your light. Because you were to this person a kind of spiritual home, a place where they felt seen, understood, and embraced. And it's hard to distance oneself from someone who touches so deeply. Even with time, even with shadows, even with distance, there's an invisible thread that still connects you. The angels show a scene. Two roads that have diverged for a time, but continue in the same direction. It's as if the universe merely opened up space, for growth, for silence, for healing. And in this pause, this person learned the value of longing. They discovered that missing someone is not a weakness. It's proof that something was real. What they didn't express to you in words, the universe kept as energy. And now in this moment, that bond awakens again. Perhaps you felt a calling. Maybe you clicked on this video without understanding why, but there's no coincidence. The soul recognizes what the mind still tries to deny. God operates in the details, in the subtle reunions, in the messages that arrive at the right time. And if this message has found you, it's because heaven is conspiring in your favor. The letter this person never delivered carries simple yet profound confessions. It speaks of fear, of pride, of longing, of regret, but above all, it speaks of love. Unresolved love. Love that lingered in the air like perfume after the rain. Love that still seeks a place to rest. Have you ever felt that something inside you continues to await an explanation, even after all this time, as if the heart hasn't signed off on the ending? This letter is that explanation. And even if it was never delivered on paper, today it reaches you in the form of energy, through these words. Because there are truths that never die. There are connections that transcend time and space. The angels show an image, two souls trying to touch each other through the mist. They don't see each other clearly, but they feel one another. And little by little, the mist begins to dissipate. The light returns, and with it the possibility of understanding. This person feels, today, right now, that they have lost precious moments trying to hide what they truly felt. And maybe the universe is allowing this message just to heal that regret. Nothing is in vain. Not the silence, not the distance, not the time that seems lost. Everything is part of a greater plan. God writes in ways that the heart needs to learn to read. And today he gives you a page from that invisible book. Take a deep breath. Feel. Because the story is not over. There is a weight hanging in the air. A mix of silence and waiting. As if time had stopped between a goodbye and a reunion that has yet to happen. This person has stepped away, yes. But distance doesn't always arise from lack. Sometimes it comes from fear. The fear of not being enough. The fear of hurting you. The fear of not being ready for the love you were offering. And when fear speaks loudly, the heart hides behind silence. Silence, that space where so many words get lost. It may seem empty, but it holds deep echoes. Every absence, every unspoken message, every "I'll talk later" that never came, all of this was a confusing way to say, I don't know how to deal with what I feel. This person walked amidst internal shadows, faced doubts, pride, and a sense of unworthiness. Sometimes it's easier to run away than to look into the eyes of someone who awakens what the soul cannot control. But the heart does not forget. The heart, that silent guardian, keeps calling, even when the mind tries to ignore it. And you feel the absence, even when you try to fill the space with other things. You feel the emptiness, even when the day is full. You feel the echo of that energy as if something inside you is still waiting for a sign. And the sign comes, in dreams, in songs, in sudden thoughts. Because the universe finds ways to speak to those who still need to understand. There's a spiritual truth here. The distance from this person wasn't punishment. It was a lesson. God allowed the silence for each one to learn the value of presence. Love doesn't get destroyed over time. It matures in absence. But there is a pain that needs to be named. The pain of those who waited for explanations that never came. The pain of those who tried to understand what they did wrong when, in reality, they did nothing but love too much. This pain is seen by heaven. The angels are touching your shoulder right now, saying, "You were enough. It just wasn't the right time." Sometimes love needs to leave so the heart can learn to recognize itself without dependency. And in that independence, the bond is purified. God doesn't separate kindred souls. He merely repositions them. And when the time is right, he will create the reunion. Have you ever felt that someone pulled away out of fear and not from a lack of love? Then understand. Love continues even when it seems absent. It just changes form. That person still feels you. They still seek your energy and their thoughts. Still remember your words in moments of solitude. And there's something they still need to say. But it's not time yet. The universe is preparing the scene, healing wounds, resolving misunderstandings, transforming pride into sweet longing. For now there is only silence, but this silence isn't empty. It's fertile. It's the ground where new words will be born. What seems like distance today is in fact the sacred interval between what was and what will be. And in the meantime, God is working. He is working in you, strengthening your faith, your self-esteem, your light. And he is working in that person, breaking down walls, dissolving fears, awakening consciousness. A turning point is approaching, something that will reveal what that person's heart has hidden for so long. But this revelation needs to find you both ready, free from the past but open to a new beginning. So breathe, Accept the time. Trust the signs. The universe doesn't miss the address of those who need to hear about love. And if you are hearing these words, it's because something within you still carries the seed of this reunion. The guardian angels say, "Don't lose hope. What is true always finds its way back." And so the first chapter of this letter comes to a close, but only to make way for the next one. Because the story has not yet been fully revealed, what comes next is the moment when the universe begins to act visibly, when synchronicities become apparent, when life begins to respond to the feelings held within. Are you ready to hear what comes next? Then stay with me for the next part, because what this person will reveal could finally change everything. If this message touched your heart, write in the comments the word that resonated with you the most, and share it so that this energy reaches those who need to hear it. The air changes. Something within you senses. There is movement in the invisible. The guardian angels draw near and whisper, "What was hidden begins to reveal itself." The universe is preparing you. God with his perfect calm realigns destinies. This person is thinking about you, more than they admit, more than they show, and every time they try to forget, their heart returns to the same place, your name. The signs are multiplying, a song, a repeated number, a dream that feels so real that the body awakens with a racing heart. None of this is by chance. The silence between you is not empty. It is spiritual language. Each pause carries intention. Each absence holds a message. This person feels your energy when the day ends and, inside, is still talking to you. God shows a scene. Two souls walking on different paths but under the same sky. There is a thread of golden light connecting you. Invisible, yet alive. This bond has not been broken. It was just waiting for the right time, and that time is approaching. The universe discreetly moves the pieces. Perhaps a casual encounter, a glance, a memory that awakens at just the right moment. Everything is being prepared. The angels visit this person in dreams. They show that running away hasn't healed, that silence hasn't erased, and that love, when it's true, always finds a way. You feel it too, don't you? A lightness that comes from nowhere, a warmth in your chest, the feeling that something good is coming closer. This is the vibration of the spiritual reunion. It could be a physical meeting, an unexpected message, or just the rebirth of peace between you. God whispers, "Nothing has been lost. It has only matured." Love didn't disappear, it simply transformed into wisdom. Now the universe is setting the stage. Everything that seemed to take time was, in fact, healing. And when the moment arrives, the souls will recognize each other, even in silence. Because silence speaks too. Do you believe that silence speaks as well? Share your thoughts in the comments. Sometimes what is left unsaid is exactly what says the most. Now the heart understands. It wasn't the end. It was a disguised new beginning. This letter, which was never delivered on paper, fulfilled its destiny of reaching your soul, not through human hands, but through the hands of God. He knew your heart needed this answer. The love was real, and what is real never dies. This person still carries your name in their soul, like a song that time doesn't erase. And even if the world has changed everything around, what you experienced continues to resonate in the unseen. The universe is patient. It gives space for love to grow, mature, and purify. And when the right time comes, the reunion happens. Not because someone forces it, but because God allows it. Nothing was in vain, not the tears nor the silence. Everything taught, everything shaped, and today your soul is stronger, more serene, more ready to love without fear. Heaven smiles when the heart forgives, and it is in forgiveness that love blossoms again. Let the past rest, let hope return. Let the universe act, it knows what it's doing. What is true comes back, calmer, more aware, more divine. When this reunion comes, in a dream, in person, or simply in inner peace, you will recognize it. You will feel the same warmth that you feel now, because this vibration is the link, a link that time couldn't break. No distance can erase what is true. The universe always realigns hearts that seek each other, and God always writes a final chapter of light for those who continue to believe. Breathe, be grateful. A new cycle begins now. If this message found you, it's because the universe brought you here. The angels wanted you to hear this today. Now tell me, which word from this message resonated with you the most? Hope? Forgiveness? Reunion? The word you write will be your prayer from now on, and the universe will listen. Each comment is a seed of light, and when many souls write together, love spreads. Do you feel the presence of the angels nearby? They confirm your heart has been heard. Leave a like if this message resonated with you. It's a way to tell the universe, I receive. Share with someone who needs to hear this. Maybe this message is the sign that another soul was asking God for. Subscribe and turn on the notifications if you want to keep receiving messages like these. Messages that heal, that embrace, that remind you that you're not alone. The universe speaks all the time, but it's in silence that the soul understands. Before you go, answer. Did you feel that this message was a sign for you today? Listen to the answer that comes from within, because when the heart speaks, it's God answering. May peace envelop you. May love find you again. May the universe continue to guide you with faith, light, and truth. And remember, love always finds a way back.